Hello, Collective. This is a timeless reading of yours. Please bear in mind a few things while we get ready for your reading. I am Master Seventh, aka Seventh, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she's all about, her details can be found in the description box below. I have other various links in the description box that offers you ways on how to navigate this channel and gain access to my sister channel. Bear in mind again that this is a timeless message. Whatever brought you here, you may have caught a vibe and see whether or not anything within a storytelling time is yours. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and anything that is femininity or masculinity is non-gender specific. Let's see what the message is for this point of time. All right. All hands on deck. Everybody wants to know the tea. Everybody's got to be in your business. Or maybe you're the one that has got to be in everybody else's business. But having a hard time in general. Minding that own business, you know? Seven of Wands. Trying to figure out this energy of 12, right? Number 1, solidarity. 2, duality. 12. Whew. I mean, 12 is magical. You know, 12 is great. 12 times 12 is 144. Multiply that by a lot. You have the 144,000 controversial topic, right? What is 144? The reference of 111 as I see that on the clock. So 111. You can see it as the metaphor of the lane. You know, maybe you got the highway. You got the left lane, the middle lane, and the right lane. Right lane more or less often used to exit or enter. Middle lane to cruise. And the left lane to pass. But everyone in their own individual lane should mind their own business, because the more they mind their own business, well, not only do you stay in your lane, but if you want to get out of your lane, the awareness of what's happening around you dictates whether or not it's safe to then get out of thy lane and shift into another, and then the other, and then the other. But worrying too much about what the fuck's going on within that vessel of a vehicle has always been contingent on, all right, when it's too much, or when it's not enough. It's always controversial. The challenging aspect of saying minding your own business is that I, the person who's saying that, can sound egocentric and narcissistic. 333. Yet the deliverance of the hope of resonancy is not to shatter the ego that's offended, but more delivered to the platform of truth, that if we understand what it means to mind our own business, we will be then ready to step into a state of business and provide a level of service, because we then understand when it's our business to intercede, when it's our business to do something about it. But if we're just like absent-minded and not thinking and not being aware of self, then it's hard for us to be ready in the moment where someone else needs us to be aware of that, to pick that up and to step into action. So it's a challenging time, I think, for the majority of the collective in this resonancy of a bubble, that how to get in tune with their intuition, how your intuition is going to teach you that it is always right, and it doesn't care whether or not you, the ego, would dictate how the intuition was teaching you that inner dialogue, or the justifiable viewpoint of the 9 billion entities that could have an opinion of how you choose to do things. see it as a righteous act of a decision or not. The intuition of self internally is not contingent of caring what the fuck the viewpoint is of the universe that it is figuring out and filtering and existing a part of. That's where it's literally like 2 middle fingers up and like, fuck you, like I have an intuition. I don't care if you say it's like right or wrong. I said purple, yeah, it's blue, but I'm telling you, just something to be had, you know? And that dialogue becomes so controversial the moment you may speak about it out loud, because there are, again, 9 billion people, other possibilities of like their version of opinion chatting at you. And you're like, all right, maybe I'll just keep this shit to myself. But then the self is like, but it came from here, so you're really going to keep him quiet? Well, do you not understand the position, ego, that you're putting me in? Because, I mean, the moment I voice it, I have all these chattering box. Some people are like, oh, you're really great. And other people are like, you're fucking crazy. You're cuckoo, you know? And it's like, whoa. But then the intuition is like, yeah, but what's up? What's up? It's the relationship between you and I. Well, why? Are you telling me we don't have an honest one? Do we not have an honest one? And then that challenging part of like the gut instincts and the mind starts having the conversation of what the heart is trying to say. Well, what are we all going to try to get along with? Okay. So 3 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. So do people, again, understand you? No. Do they celebrate you maybe in certain accomplishments? Yes. And some of you feel a little bit slighted by some of these compliments. Yet, you do dearly love the majority of these people single-handedly. No, cheers to that. Maybe I shouldn't say cheers. Oh, it's fruit water, so it's good. Mockery. All right. On cue. Why you're so obsessed with me? Knight of Pentacles. I think that's your ego talking with your own intuition. Like, intuition, yo, what's up? Why are you so obsessed with me making these decisions? It's so fucking uncomfortable. Oh, yo, intuition, what's up? Why are you making me feel so like nervous and like I don't wanna, like, what the I don't want it, you know. And there's not many, I think, that when you get into that personality characterization, that you get people around you or have people around you that cheerlead that. Like, yeah, you go do that. You want to rock that costume today? Rock that costume. You want to wear that? Wear that. You know, like, you own that shit, you know? It's not fair when people do it in the niche of wanting attention when they're miserable, or only providing attention when it then is also miserable, because it's just like a thing to do, you know? Terrible example, sorry, but it's hitting home for someone, maybe. You know, it's like when somebody passes and the funeral show up. Who's there? And then maybe there's a lot of people there, whoever you are in the storytelling, but then who goes back to the cemetery and pays a visit? I do question if we did more of that, how satisfied the ether would be more, seeing how we truly show up to the things that are influential from the past that we say through indoctrinations of some kind of educational level or mannerisms to uphold that character, because we've had former examples of doing that and they're maybe legendary for having been. And we're always contingent in having some sort of philosophical or some sort of mature mindset of what was from the past to understand the present. Yeah, what is the future timeline of that? What do we do? How do we negate the bettering past present dialogue to 1000 to bring balance to the future dialogue. What do we got to fix in the past? What do we not understand in the present, or also not fixing in the present? Or maybe not becoming aware in the present because of something that we understood from the past. Like, where are we gonna take all that energy? You know, the Trinity starts forming. 3 cups. Because 1, 1, 1 is 3. Excuse me. All right. 1000. Pretty much 1000 here. We have 10. Self. Resetting yourself. Hanged Man and the 3 of Pentacles. Maybe looking at your goals a bit differently, with a different state of mind. Looking at relationships differently, or with an altered state of mind. But there is a state of mind clarity, encroaching. Emperor flipped over in the deck. Yeah, it's encroaching energy. It's still arriving. Eight of Pentacles. Independently, you have more abundance than you can ever actually imagine. Independently, you have a level of not only groundedness, but a sense of self that is prestigious and attractive. For anyone who really has an opportunity to work along with this, it's opportunistic. It's something to look forward to. It's something to be prideful for also working for and with. The moment you put yourself in an aspect of working with people, where people are not working as your equal on a same level field, that's when you start maybe second guessing yourself and wondering what your worth is, how your goals are gonna end up, and how they may also be affirmed. Only then, when you work with other people, is the devil showing up, having you question whether or not your participatory action, which is the ego self, doesn't understand if it's operating of light and or of darkness, so wants to play a game with you. And that second guessing game then becomes clear. That's where you're battling with yourself. But what you don't see is that single-handedly, just you, is a feat to more or less be reckoned with. The more you become aware that there is a magnetism that you naturally bestow, 1414, like 1414, that's 5-5 energy. That's 10. That's chaos and chaos. But your defining energy of thinking that that's chaos is just the engine of the gears. And it's up to you to fine-tune the oiling so that the gears work together when they're interlocked, that there's no hiccup. But when you're distracted by other people, that's when you get hurt the most. When you're distracted by other people, that's when you get hurt the most. Because maybe what you don't see is that your energy is very, like I said, impactful. It's magnetizing. It's charming. It's passion orientated, it's action orientated, and it comes from a place where you've been hurt before and you know what it takes to more or less not be hurt by certain things any longer, and maybe also having a teachable twist towards that. And some people do find that contagious about you. Yet it's also subtly in those moments, whether that's a healthy atmosphere for yourself or not, that's where you start second guessing yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave the messages where they are. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.